Okay, note to self before I note to self before I forget what I just was um message that I was just given, because I'm right here at the creek. I love creeks, and as I do my assessment of myself and learn more about myself and study myself and the land in which I'm on and things like that, something said to me, creek people, because Georgia originally, especially Gwinnett, uh, Hall County is where I'm originally from, were Cherokee land. Um, and then in 1818, Hall County and Gwinnett County was created. Gwinnett County had taken a part of Jackson County. I learned all of this from public information, ChatGTP, internet, things like that. It also created me a map that shows pre-colonial land and the way we were all able to navigate the land without, lines or boundaries or anything like that. And then it showed me the modern overlays of how it was all divided and separated and things like that, to make us feel like, oh, this is that county, this is that county. I'm from here, I'm from there. When really it was all land before it was all separated and divided anyway. So, of course, um, within every, what do you call it, nation, origin, whatever. So I'm Cherokee descendants, Creek people, to my understanding. My mom also told me that we're Blackfoot. So I was saying all that to say, because my nephew had said that I couldn't say that I'm from somewhere just because I've been here a very long time. Like, I've been in Gwinnett since I was like 16, 17, 17, something like that. But, I have navigated all over Georgia in my entire life. But he was like, you can't say you're from somewhere just because you've been there a long time or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, even though I didn't go to high schools or schools in Gwinnett County, I still feel very, very energetically and spiritually connected to Gwinnett County, and I know why now. It's because Cherokee land, it's me, it's my blood. It was mine first, before all of the separation and division, and lines drawn and things like that. So I'm from all over Georgia, because it was all just raw land before all of these improvements and houses and dividing and lines, like I said, was here. Also, because Jackson County is at the bottom of, well, what was it? It says it's south. I forget the direction, but anyway, Jackson County is Jefferson, Georgia, which is um, is right at the line of Hall County that turns into Gainesville, Georgia, or whatever. Um, so if Gwinnett County took a part of Jackson County, which was Jefferson, to incorporate into Gwinnett County, then it's still also a part of where I'm from. So to get, what I'm saying, the youth to understand, go all the way to the root of our heritage, of our spirituality, of our mental states, it will help us in our mental health, period. Because not knowing or understanding why we feel the way we feel, why we feel separated, why we feel divided, why we feel like we can't say we're from here, we're from there, we're from everywhere, is because it was colonialized that way, which means it was colonized and divided and separated, so that we didn't feel like we have ownership, and so that other people could then have control and ownership of something that was already ours from the beginning and still ours. You know, and of course now it's a little more difficult to claim your property, your inheritance, your you know what I'm saying? I'm an heiress, you know, of not only spiritual inheritance, but also land and property inheritances, I know for sure. And so, however, again, when people come and lay claim to what is yours or what's rightfully yours, you have to go through all these hoops and you know, legalities and things like that to just get something that was already yours and that was stolen from you or taken from you. You know, and that pattern mentally messes with us unconsciously or consciously. I know it has me unconsciously, and then consciously it has messed with me for many, many years. But I do my best to now consciously take actions and steps and educate myself on myself so that I do things in the way that it's now been structured, so to speak. And then sometimes you can't. Sometimes you just gotta, you know what I'm saying, pop up and show out. And that's sad because, you know, thank God I know how to read, you know, but people who don't necessarily know how to read or aren't as strong mentally and who will just give up on the first try because they're told a lie, bars. You know, I feel for those people, and that's why I really do my best to help make these videos, you know, speak life into others, into myself, because it does take high hopes for a living out here in this matrix. Because, you know, you have people lying on you, lying to you, and then you wonder why you have mental health issues. Well, it's because it could be your whole family or your friends lying on you, saying that you're in a mental institute, saying you need to be in a mental institute, saying that you are lazy, saying that, you know, you just take up space, whatever the case is that's negative on you. And then, you know, we have telekinesis and telepathy, and we all can hear and internalize those negative thoughts from especially our family members or friends, and then the outside world, if they then believe the things, and then your behaviors may show one or two, you know, resemblances of their words, and then boom, now you are labeled, right? When that ain't even the case. Case is, you could just be tired, could be exhausted, you could be, you know, smoking a little too much, drinking a little too much, need some rest. You could be having, you know, having bad headaches, need to use the bathroom. I mean, anything health-wise that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with your mental health, but they put you in a, you know, set the stage so that you then show a sign of mental instability, and boom, there you go. Now, you know, they're correct. So, and all it takes is, you know, one or two people to say something like that, to lie on you, and then, you know, you're questioning yourself, and that's a part of mental health too. That's creating doubt. So, in order for us to, like Jesus said, to, you know, get over the doubt, get over the fear, you know, Jesus says, I am, meaning I am fearless. I am without doubt. I am worthy. I am smart. I am intelligent. You know, all of the things that, you know, sorrow, you know, I'm happy. Instead of having sorrow, being weary, I'm happy. You know, as much positive things that we can put, you know, onto our mental stability over what the environment narrative is, the better. So I just got off on a tangent. I really got on here to just give myself, I am talking to myself too. But if this video helps anybody else, that's great. But this is really for my own personal documentation, because like I said, I post videos, so I go back and watch them later and say, get a spark or idea or direction all over again from my very own